All right, everyone. I know you've been waiting for this. Miami position previews for 2019. So dig in next to Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football. We got the Wholesome One, Dwayne Holloway, on the line. Please check him out at his YouTube channel, the Wholesome One, HOLSUM, the number one, for his breakdown on Miami football. We are carving up the Canes position by position. We stop at the defensive front. Questions, marks, and issues along the offensive side. We flip to the defensive side. And if there has been a more secure unit on this team, there hasn't been many. Different story, rock solid. The likes of Joe Jackson, Gerald Willis moving on to the NFL after outstanding careers, disruptive plays all over the place for this team. And Jonathan Garvin would be the next in line, who certainly has been very productive in keeping up this Miami defensive line standard. Wholesome One.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. If you had to ask me who is the best player on the defense right now, I'm going to have to say John Garvin, number 97. The only thing with Garvin and his inexperience as far as being the guy. What I mean by that, in 2016, Joe Jackson was the edge rusher who would come in on third downs and get after the quarterback, but he had Chad Thomas as a starter. In 2017, Joe Jackson became a starter, also opposite of Chad Thomas, but he was still the other guy. In 2018, John Garvin, once Chad moved on, John Garvin became the starter, and him and Joe Jackson were out there. And now John Garvin was the other guy. Now he is the guy. Everyone's going to be focused on him. He's the most productive defensive lineman we have, most productive edge rusher that was a Hurricane. The other young man would have to be Javon Hill, the great defensive end from Virginia Tech. Disruptive. Very, very disruptive. 20 TFLs, and that's great. Both of them are tied in TFLs in their careers so far. 11 and a half sacks from Javon Hill and 7.5 sacks from John Garvin. They are very disruptive. Very, very disruptive, and we're a little bit more experienced with those three: John Garvin, Trevon Hill, and Scott Patchen. Scott Patchen hasn't had an opportunity to play a lot due to injuries. He's a senior, a lot of injuries, 2.5 TFLs, only 1 sack to his name, but 30 total tackles. And behind those three, we have 4 young men who are very inexperienced, and 3 true freshmen and 1 redshirt sophomore who we'll be excited when he finally gets healthy and be able to be a Hurricane. Javon Harvey, the young man I cannot wait to see get after the quarterback. He was my favorite recruit from class Surge 19, 6'4", 225 freshman. The Tarantula, keep that in mind, Mark, and all of our listeners. The Tarantula, Gregory Russo, 6'7", 245 pounds. You got LeBron James at defensive end. Then you have Cam Williams, 6'5", 230, true freshman. Played a little linebacker in high school, but will come here as an edge rusher. And the young man I was talking about is Jalen Phillips, former 5-star from UCLA, redshirt sophomore with 2 years left of eligibility. Will not be able to be a part of our official roster as far as playing this year. But 2020, 2021, he will be. But the more important thing about having good edge rush or getting after the quarterback is really interior pass rush. Being a defensive lineman in college, I understand getting after the quarterback, the shortest stint from one point to another is a straight line. And if you can get pressure on the quarterback in their face, you're able to affect them differently. Edge rush, you can step up. If you step up into Gerald Willis, you're getting your head knocked off. You step up into nasty Nesta Severe, you're getting slammed. So we're going to talk about defensive tackle. Pat Bethel, a senior going into this year from class of 2015. He has 46 total tackles, 3 sacks, and 6 TFLs. He's more of the he didn't produce as far as a lot of numbers, but he played the 1 technique so that Gerald Willis could play the 3 and be disruptive. Next to him, to me, is Nesta Silvera, 6'2", 205 pounds, a top 3 ranked defensive tackle from class of 2018 that chose Miami. Why not make the crib great? Hashtag make the crib great is what Nesta Silvera brings to the table. Not too many stats, 13 total tackles, 1.5 TFLs, but he's a disruptive player. John Ford, the player who I cannot wait once he finally realizes that he's 6'6", 280 pounds, at 3 technique, he can take over a football game. Yet again, not too much production. We lost a lot. So he has 9 tackles, 2 TFLs. And then Chikosi Unuruka, the UCLA defensive tackle coming over as a part of the transfer portal, had 53 total tackles, 8 TFLs, and 2 sacks. Behind them, a lot more inexperience. Jordan Miller, 6'4", 325, redshirt freshman. Tyreek Martin, 6'3", 295, redshirt junior. And 3 incoming freshmen. Jared Harrison Hunt, 6'4", 279. Jason Blissett, 6'4", 271. And Jaron Holly, 6'2", 270. So a lot of these numbers that I bring to you about defensive line, it's more about what they can do in this system, because the system has them playing so aggressive and on the other side of the ball. But these young men have to prove it. A lot is unproven up front, but it's a lot of talent, and I trust Manny Diaz that regardless of your star system coming out of high school, you will produce in this Miami Hurricanes defensive line.
Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, doing what we do best, breaking down the game you and I love for the hardcore, smart college football fan. That would be you. And if it's not you, you stick it right here. You stay, you lock it in, and we'll educate you. All right, we got the Wholesome One on the line talking Miami football. Join him on his YouTube channel, the Wholesome One, HOLSUM, and the number 1. We are going position by position, breaking down the Canes. Please lock it in right here again. Help us support the channel. Grab the Amazon link in the description section below. Join us on Patreon for 2 exclusive live streams each and every week at our Voice of College Football community as well.